What's up, my fellow investors? Sorry it's been a minute since I made a video, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody and let you know what we've been talking about and just get that out there. So I hate to see people in the dark, especially because people have been asking me, what's going on with AMC, what's going on with the market and stuff like that. So I just wanted to just talk about it for a little bit. So we still believe in AMC. We still believe that AMC is going to be a good play. I have a couple of our fellow investors that are doing a couple different strategies. So I want everybody to kind of learn to do their own things and have their own strategies so we can see what's working for who, because whatever strategy that I'm doing might not work for you, and whatever strategy you're doing might not necessarily work for me. So me personally, AMC by far is not my only play. I'm in several other different plays, and I'm in several cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. And that's nothing wrong against people that AMC and Ape is like their only play, because I have some really good friends that I trust, and they're doing their due diligence, and that's just a strategy that they're taking. So I hope it works. I just think that like that risk to reward ratio. It's just a little higher, for them. But then the risk is higher, the reward could be higher. So I'm hoping that it does work. So what we're hearing is that Adam Aaron was talking about dropping that extra 425 million ape shares on the market soon, and so what does that mean to the market? Does it mean that it's going to dilute the ape shares, and it's just going to kill the play entirely? Well, we don't really know that. A lot of the people that we do listen to and that do research and stuff, they're saying, yeah, it could. That's it. It killed the play. But other people that we listen to, it hasn't. I really think that Adam Aaron is dragging his feet on this, because I think that he probably could have did something more a while back, but that's just my own personal opinion. So what does this mean with the 425 million ape shares that he's going to drop into the market? So what that means is he's going to drop those, and because ape, when it initially came out, there was supposed to be that 1-to-1 ratio. So every person that had one AMC stock, you were going to get one ape share, and they I they were going to try to get some kind of a share count and expose like the naked shorts. Another thing I wanted to touch on real quick: the naked shorts and like your synthetic stocks that they were saying are like an IOU. The technical term on that is phantom shares. So what that means is like all these people were trying to buy like AMC or Ape shares, and there was no shares available. So they kept putting these shares in your account, these phantom shares in your account that didn't really exist. So what they were going to have to do is pay for all those and buy those back, and that was going to start the squeeze. And that's where we were going to get like high numbers from, because we know that it was at least 5 times oversold the entire float. So theory for Adam Aaron to drop the 425 million ape shares out there is that with the ape shares, they were way oversold. So there was 520 some odd million or whatever. We think that there was up to like, I don't know, like 2.5 billion that were sold. So when he drops those initial 425 million phantom shares, that the other side was just going to have to scramble, and they were going to have to buy them all up because they owed way more than that. So by them paying for all of that, that would make the ape stock go up, and then eventually when the ape stock converts into the AMC stock, it'll start the run for the AMC run. So personally, and this is just my opinion, and and correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. So but we think that I don't think that AMC is going to hit the numbers that we originally were talking about. Originally, we were talking about 5 to 10,000 a share. We know it's still going to have a run, but that 5 to 10,000, $20,000 a share. I think maybe 100 to a couple $100 a share, maybe $400 or $500 if we're lucky. It just depends on how retail holds out on it. So That's just the corruption of the market. They had all those fails to deliver that they never covered, margin calls, all that stuff, and it's just sickening. But don't get down because and I'm not trying to do this to discourage anybody because we still have a great opportunity to make great money with this. But there's also other opportunities out there that I wanted to talk about. So one of the other plays that me and a couple of my buddies got into, and but it might not be available on most of the markets, is GTII. Now, GTII is in the same situation that AMC is in, but we don't have all the bullshit that came along with AMC. The CEO of the GTII is they're actually working to kind of set off that stock to squeeze. So there's that one should take off before anything else, and we're just seeing what's going to happen in the near future with that. But that is an OTC stock, and OTC means over the counter, or they used to call it back in the day like the pink slips or the pink sheets or penny stocks is basically penny stocks. So like Robinhood, Webull, places like that, you cannot trade in the OTC market. So if you did want to take part in that, that would have to be in like a TD Ameritrade or a Fidelity or an E-Trade or one of those other brokers. So but if you do have a broker like that, that's one that everybody's really rolling into. And after that squeezes and we start seeing momentum on AMC, I think the profits from the GTII squeeze is going to roll over into into AMC, and that's just a way of compounding your money, which is that's a smart strategy to do. There's also another one that we had just got into, and it really just started popping off. It's called RNVA. Now that was 0.001, so it's like a tenth of a penny. But with the OTC market, I think what you could do is like $100 limit. So that $100 gets you something like 1 million shares. They're talking that this play might be like the next Dogecoin, and so if I don't know if any of you guys were like me, but that's where I made my initial big rise when getting into this type of stock market plays, when everything was coming with us retail investors, like with your apps and stuff on your phone. Before that, we just had like the 401ks and stuff like that from work, employee stock purchases, and different things like that. So but I remember getting into Dogecoin when it was just fractions of a penny, and I bought it for a joke. I bought like $10 worth, and that's when it really started moving around, and it really started going up once it started becoming mainstream, and people started FOMOing into it, fear of missing out, and they're FOMO into it. So that's when everything started rising, and it ended up becoming viral, and me personally, I turned a couple $100 into like 30 grand. So that was then. They're kind of comparing this one to that now. So if you can get into the OTC market, RNVA is starting to go viral, like on YouTube, Twitter, etc. So they want to push it to $1, but we also learned in the past when Dogecoin, they were trying to ride that to $1. It hit the 70 some cents, and it went back down, and it never went back up. I think it's 6 cents right now. So that's when you need to learn when to get out. So if people are dumping into this, and you put like $100 in there, it goes to a penny, and then you get like 10 grand or 100 grand or whatever it is, when to pull out. You got to watch the momentum on it. I wouldn't hold out for $1, but if it hits like 30, 40 cents, 50 cents, man, that's a killer return. Pull that money out, roll it into something else, like put it into GTII if it hasn't had its squeeze yet, or you can roll that money into AMC, but that's just a risk that we're willing to take because, it's taking a while. A lot longer than what we thought. But that being said, don't get discouraged because AMC dropped just a whole ton, because like the rest of the market did that too. And I don't know if you were looking at like the 401ks and stuff like that. I checked my 401k the other day and it was down 21.58%. So that being down that much, it's like they're supposed to be the professionals. They're supposed to be watching out for our money, pulling our money out whenever the money they was making us money, so it's not going to be losing. So 20 over almost 22% down. That's from the whole market. Look at just follow the S&P 500 and like all your blue collar stocks. So you're going to see that AMC. It's part of the overall market. It's not just our play that was being taken down. Also, we got the report the other day to have our third quarter of the negative GDP. Now, two negative quarters of GDP meant that we were in a recession. But you listen to your politicians and stuff; they're talking about all these record numbers and the record numbers of growth with the jobs, and our economy is doing good. Yeah, that's bullshit because they're playing on your emotions. Don't forget that midterms are coming up, and they want to make themselves look better. And I'm not just picking on the Democratic Party or anything like that. It's just politicians in general. I really frown upon that because I know how they exploit people. Like based on like race and etc. You know, we can. That's a whole other can of worms that we can go into. But so we are down. We have had the third quarter of negative GDP. Now we have one more quarter, which we've already started that quarter. So if we get that fourth consecutive quarter of negative GDP, then we're officially in a recession. And we need to watch out what's going on around the rest of the world. Like, I don't know if anybody was paying attention to what happened with London the other day. I think it was like a week or two ago, how the pound was dropping value. But these are the other worldwide currencies that we need to keep an eye on because once big markets like that tend to fall, then it's just the rest of the world that's going to come along with it. Also, I don't know if anybody else pays attention to like the World Economic Forum, but I try to stay on top of that stuff too. But they talk about the whole world. Now, if you've been listening to them for a while, they've been talking about the crypto markets and how everybody is going to go and don't pay attention to like the conspiracy theories with Klaus Schwab with the big global reset and all this and that, but that is part of it, and that is Klaus Schwab, and it is like the Davos Group. But don't get sucked down the rabbit hole where it's the conspiracy theory stuff. But I do think that we are headed into a global depression. We do believe that the market is going to crash probably toward the end of October, maybe November-ish. So we need to be aware of that. Not trying to scare anybody on that, but you need to be aware of that, and you need to be saving up and making moves. And a lot of people are pulling out of the stock market. That's why we've seen these billions of dollars pull out, and everything had has dropped, and we've been in the red, and we started this bear market. But it's usually the elites and the people that do this for a living that we, like the rest of us, we don't find out about it till it's already too late. Like they've already taken our money, so we just pull whatever scraps left that we have. They're talking about gas is going to be going up again. They're also talking about the energy to heat your house is supposed to go up 43% this year in the wintertime. So we do have hard times ahead of us, but that's why we need to jump on this and just to be smart with our money. So that being said, watching like the RNVA penny stock, we're going to ride that for a little bit, see what happens with that. Keep an eye on the GTII squeeze and see what happens with that. And then possibly with that stuff, we're going to roll the money back into AMC and let it do its rise. But, if we get 80, $100, $120, $300, I just don't want to see anybody holding on and see what happened with us with Dogecoin when it was hitting that 70 some cents. We were waiting for that dollar. That dollar never came. So just be smart with it and pull your money out whenever the time is right. And this is just from experience. This is just my opinion on experience. So I just want to touch on the crypto base real quick. The crypto market was going down, and now keep in mind that the crypto market runs in approximately 4-year cycles, 4 to 5 years. It just kind of, it's not a set time, but that's kind of what it runs in. So we're getting close to bottoming out in this crypto winter. So they're also thinking maybe December, anytime between December to January to February, we should be hitting that in the market. That crypto market should be turning around and starting its 4 year cycle, going back up again. Now that's the reason why like Bitcoin was dropped down to like under 20,000 a coin. So one of my good friends, he had a really good strategy that he's been doing. What he does is he dumps a little bit of money into cryptocurrency every week. So every payday, dump a little bit into Bitcoin, dump a little bit into Bitcoin, dump a little bit into Bitcoin. So that's going to be your safest, because that's not going anywhere. They're going to base some of this global reset with the financial systems is going to be based on these blockchains. So you can't lose like that. So we need to take serious Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. XRP is actually a really good price right now, and it's not on the U.S. markets. So I think you can buy it on Uphold, I think is the exchange that I buy mine on. But it's down to it's like 56 cents because of the trials and stuff that it's been going in. So now that all the legal stuff is going to be over with that, it should start raising up, and hopefully we should see like $1 to $2 by by the first part of the year, January, February, March, something like that. So but that one is that XRP Ripple, that market is going to be it's going to be adopted worldwide, like Brazil, Russia, China, the European, like the EU, stuff like that. They already are talking about the XRP Ripple market. I want to say that the Bank of England already recognizes it, and they've only recognized like two of them in the past, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. So keep that in mind. Look how high that Bitcoin had run, and look how high that Ethereum had run. So now that we got a chance on the XRP Ripple market, and that's in like 59 cents, 58 cents, it's not a bad idea to start throwing $20 a week into something like that, and you'll cure that over time. That being said, like my strategy is like I've been putting like $25 into Bitcoin every week, $25 into XRP, and then I'm dumping a little bit into like KAVA, and actually in these other brokerages you have different options that pay out some pretty good percentages by staking the coins. So KAVA, the reason why I'm doing that is this because it gives you like a 25% return, and what that is it's they actually do like lending. So when people go to like apply for like a loan in the crypto market, they actually loan out yours, and they give you like a 25% return in that currency, in the KVA currency. But there's a lot of other currencies that do that, like the XTCs and etc. You could just do your research or open up Binance or one of those, and you can see all the different percentages and what they pay back. So I kind of have my money scattered around in those because the banks ain't going to give you no money for you keeping your money in that. So just something to keep in mind, and I'm not saying that's right for you. That's just what I'm doing. Another thing I just wanted to touch on real quick, if you don't think this is going to be the future, I was just listening to talk the other day with Elon Musk and Kathy Woods from like the ARK Invest Smart. That's not a bad. Kathy Woods ARK Invest is another good one that you should get in. That's a blue collar stock, but Elon Musk, he only has 3 other places that he puts money to in the market other than what his businesses are, like Tesla, SpaceX, etc., whatever. So he has Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. So Dogecoin was, the original meme coin, but if he's only doing those 3, what does that say? I'm not saying that it's gonna, that they're all gonna make you rich or anything like that, but I'm just saying like he's smarter than us. He knows what he's doing. So one more thing I just wanted to touch on before I get out of here tonight is keeping your crypto safe. So what we're talking about, and which I haven't ordered mine yet, but I need to order it, is a Nano Ledger X. They run about 150 bucks. You can get it off of their website. You could get them on Amazon. You could get them on Best Buy, but that's in order to keep your crypto safe. Now, if you're investing in crypto in like a Robinhood or Webull or one of those, etc., you don't actually own your cryptocurrency, because if you don't have keys for your crypto, then it's not your currency. If you ever had if you've heard that before, so I would suggest to get into a market to where you actually have the keys for your crypto and you can actually transfer it from your brokerage to like a physical cold wallet. And that would be like Binance, Crypto.com, Uphold, Kraken. There's a bunch of them that are out there. Because when you're in those other brokerage, when you're investing into that crypto, but your money does invest in it and you will get a return, but the crypto isn't actually yours. So if you do want it to be yours and be safe, like we don't know what's going on with the world right now, especially what's going on with like Russia, Ukraine, Taiwan and China, Iran. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have the biggest threat of nuclear war that we had in a long time. If you keep up with like the geopolitical news, especially like with like Russia and China, they're together. So that's nothing to be nothing to take lightly. So just to be cautious. So we don't know what kind of like cyber attacks or anything that's going to be going on out there. So investing into a cold wallet isn't a bad idea. So at least you could put it on like a physical device and take it out of the brokerages so it's not online, just in case something goes down or something gets hacked and you're not out your money, if that makes sense. So it's just like pulling money out of the bank so you have cash at the house. So but if you're staking it, you can't do that because you're allowing them to use your money just like a bank works, but you're actually giving them permission. So that being said, AMC still going to have a run. GTII, I believe, is going to have a run. RMBA is going to have a run. And keep investing in cryptos. Good luck, everybody. And if anybody has any questions, just get at me. All right. I'm more than willing to help everybody out. I'll talk to you guys later.